This past week, the Department of Transportation announced some pretty big changes about when you're entitled to get a refund from an airline. Here to talk about this in more detail is travel expert Skyler McKinley with AAA. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so I think people are still kind of soaking it in a little bit. Can you walk through the biggest changes you're seeing?
Yeah, so you have always been entitled to a refund if there's a cancellation of a flight and you choose not to get rebooked. But it's been tough to get that refund. How am I going to get it? By voucher? I have to get on the phone with customer service. I'm going to spend hours just getting back my money. DOT says, nope, now you are guaranteed a prompt and automatic refund for a significant delay or cancellation. You're going to get that in 7 days back to your credit card or however you paid, 20 days if you paid by some other means, and that's just going to happen. Now, again, as a passenger, you always first have the right to rebook, but if you decide this has been too frustrating, I just want my money, now you're going to get it pretty quickly without all of that hassle and haggle.
And now there are some new definitions, so to speak, of what a significant delay is when you are entitled to that compensation, right?
I think that's probably the biggest thing. So historically, airlines have got to define what a significant delay is. So it's a significant change. They get to say, well, that wasn't significant. Now DOT says, you know what? For international flights, anything more than 6 hours is a significant delay. Anything more than 3 hours domestically is a significant delay. And again, in those situations, if you decide, I'm not traveling today, I'm done, you can get that refund pretty quickly, especially because it used to take months. Sometimes you would just wait and you like, am I getting this money back at all?
Right.
Now you know you're guaranteed it.
Okay, I'm curious, is there going to be challenges to this? I mean, is it for sure going into effect, and when does that happen?
This will be going into effect. It's a new DOT rule. We expect in probably 6 months, although the airlines can comply earlier. Many airlines have been doing this on a voluntary basis because DOT has really turned up the pressure. You can go and see your rights at flightrights.gov to see what the airlines have committed to voluntarily, but know that within 6 months, probably around that Thanksgiving travel period, this is going to be the law, and you've got new rights, almost a bill of rights as a passenger.
Which is good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about lost bags, because we've all been there when you check a bag, it doesn't show up, and you're like, what do I do now? Now, at least you get some sort of compensation back for it.
Exactly. Yeah, so if your bag is missing for more than 12 hours, you're going to be refunded those baggage handling fees. You do have to file some paperwork with that when it's not automatic, but still, you weren't guaranteed that before. Really, these are the bare minimum rules that we all expect on a human decency basis, and DOT has stepped up and said, this is now what you're going to be guaranteed when you're spending all of this money for an airline ticket.
It's such a big deal for all of us here, but we were just talking during the ad break that in Europe and stuff, they have totally different compensation and refund policies where you do realize that this is just kind of bare minimum.
And that's what this is. It's not compensation, it's refunds. So now it's very straightforward and clear how you're going to get refunded the money that you spent. It is not the European model where you get something a little extra for your hassle, right? So some airlines will still offer hotel vouchers, they'll still offer meal vouchers. Again, at flightrights.gov, you can see what airlines have committed to. DOT says they're going to do more rulemaking to force those rules on the airlines as well, but that's not what this is. This is only refunds, not compensation.
Well, at least hopefully now we won't have to spend hours on the phone with a customer service representative being like, hey, my flight was delayed 8 hours. Can I please get a refund? Something like that. So hopefully those days are gone.
Exactly. And you should be able to do it, by the way, through an app.
Okay.
Interesting. Skyler McKinley with AAA. Thanks for being here.